Good morning! Welcome to Panda Classroom. I am your lovely host, EQ, the education queen. Whoop, whoop. I just thought of when I go, good morning. That's how I say good morning to my students each day too. Even the afternoon classes, because I still haven't narrowed down that I need to say good afternoon on those days. So constantly get corrected by students on that one. But I mean, I should know, right? By now, I should know. I'm gonna do a little product placement. Hashtags not sponsored, but should be sponsored. We have Simply Social Coffee. It's here in Vienna. It's delicious. It's like the real deal. It's really good. So today I got an iced latte with some caramel and some oat milk. I'm not hating it. I really like it. It's probably my third or fourth time, and then I just discovered that they have a drive-thru, so probably gonna be hanging out with them more. Today's topic, now that we got all that out of the way. Today's topic, ghosting. Ghosting, and how to get creative with that. So I have 3 different situations I wanna talk about. One, so in one of my class periods, we get a little crazy with the ghosting. So as you know, I like to greet students individually every single day, every single class period. So I'll say good morning, fill in the name. And I say good morning, the sound back every time. So when I have my good morning and there's a long pause, sometimes it's technical difficulties. I understand. Sometimes it is, because it takes a minute for the mic to load. So I'll wait a minute. The struggle's real today. Maybe I need more coffee. I need more coffee. So the struggle's real. And if I feel like a student has ghosted me, now my students jump in. You know, like, get the coffin. Already ordered, finest cherry. It sounds really morbid, but it makes me giggle every time. Because if someone waits too long to greet me back, instant chaos in chat. They're like, shovels, it's been ordered. Where are we putting the body this time? Like, it makes me laugh so hard. So now we have coffins that are getting diamond encrusted and emeralds, and I said I want a fancy coffin, even though I'm not ghosting. Like, it's my class, I'm not ghosting, but I want so that in my coffin, when I'm laying down, the crown would be on top of my head and it would be all diamond and emerald encrusted. They're like, only the finest for you. And I was like, thank you so much. So there's one. We have coffins and shovels ready. I think it's kind of lingered over into some other classes too, because I've noticed it in a couple other classes. Second thing, I like to be a bit creative, especially in a virtual setting, a little creative. And if I feel like some students are ghosting, there's a couple of things that I like to do in every single class period. One is I will assign something, some kind of in-class work where I can check to see if they've done it. Usually this is No Red Ink, which is a grammar website. But what's nice about No Red Ink is it tells me who hasn't even started, who hasn't even opened it up, what question they're on. It tells me so much information. So if I assign that during class, and I'll give them 5-10 minutes, and I go through, I refresh my page, I go through, and I'm like, oh, this person has not even started. So I'll send them private messages. Hey, is there a reason you haven't gotten started yet? Sometimes it's legit. Sometimes they got pulled away from the screen. Maybe they need help out a family member. Maybe they're going to the restroom. Maybe they went to go get a drink, whatever. Cool. But if you don't write back to me, that's strike one. The second thing I like to do is, do a green check, because there's different ways to communicate with the teacher. Green check if you agree with blah, 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 blah. Red check if you think we should blah, 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 blah. And then if that same group of people are not replying to that, strike 2. Then I usually put up some sort of poll, but I don't announce that hey, there's a poll, I want you guys to fill it out. I don't announce it. And it's usually something silly. So I'll say, are you with me in the poll? And I'm still talking this whole time. I'm just doing it in the background. And the answers will be yes, and then yes, but in the second option or whatever it is. And then I'll see who clicks on that. And then if that same person or persons not replied 3 times, then I mark them cut in sis. And then I'll call, and sis is our grading book. And then I'll call, oh, so-and-so was not in class today. I mean, it says that they were, but I attempted this, still didn't get any response. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark him or her as cut. So parents can have that fun conversation, or the adults can have that fun conversation with them later. So that's ghosting tip number 2. 1, have fun with it with the whole coffin. And I mean, it sounds morbid now that I'm saying it out loud, but it's really hilarious. Maybe it's one of those you have to be there sort of things. It's hilarious. And then the different tips that you can do during class. Now, my third story for you today. I didn't really think that this was ghosting in the sense of skipping a class, but I think of this example as ghosting as in, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear you. So, I apologize if I already told this story before, because I've told it so many times, and the kids love it. And my biological kids love it too. Like, Mom, tell us more stories like that. They're so fun. Okay. So I had this student who decided to run in the hall. You can't run in the hall. Not in my halls. I'm the kind of teacher that follows the rules. I mean, I bend them a little bit sometimes too. But if there's a rule in place for safety, I follow it. And running is one of those things. So I will strategically place myself in the hallways. This happened last year or the year before, so that I can be in the highest trafficked areas. Because I know there's gonna be a runner, at least one. So I get creative. 1, I like stick my leg out so that if if they're running and I just stick my leg out in the air, then it's crazy the reaction time that some of these students have. It's like, whoa! Oh, it makes me giggle. I have had the question, what if they just run into you, my salad? I was like, well, then they ran into a teacher, and they're gonna feel really bad about that. There's one thing, but this one particular student, let's call him Covey. So Covey's running in the hall. Tell Covey to stop running. He does not. In fact, he darts down, this is before school started, like class is about to start for the day. He darts down one of the hallways. I know what classrooms are down there. And I follow him. And I know that he heard me. I'm very loud. I mean, the crosstown rival on the softball team. Okay, so I went to a public school. There's a public school and a private school. When you get to high school, there's nothing else. You either go to the public one or you go to the private one. And I went to the public one. Crosstown rivals, the private school, called me the mouth on the softball team for a reason. I'm very loud. You can't say that you haven't heard me. That's impossible. Impossible. I know he heard me. Darts down the hallway. And there's only a few classrooms in there. So I go to the first one. And I know who the kid is. It's like, hey, do you have so-and-so? Do you have Covey? And no, I don't think I have him this period. Cool. So go to the next one. In the meantime, I already have a colleague checking my class because class is about to start. So I have a colleague covering my class. And I go to the next one. Hey, you have Covey this period? No. Does anyone know where Covey is? I start asking students. Like, no, not in here. So I hit up the yearbook room, the art room. Next room is engineering. Check out that room. Nope, not here. The only other class left down that hall is gym. So I went to the PE. Now, there's about 4 classes, 5 classes each period in the gym. So I go to all of the PE teachers. Hey, do you have Covey this period? No. I was like, does anyone know where Covey is? They're like, he's in engineering in this class. I was like, So I go back to engineering. He's hiding under a table. That's where I find him, hiding. Because I circled back. I was like, oh, Covey, I am so glad that I found you. I am so glad. I knew I would. It's only a matter of time. But I'm so glad that I found you. Because my plan was, if I didn't find him right then, I would go to one of his teachers, have him look up his schedule, and then tell me what class he's in. Because don't run in the hallways. Also, don't run away from me. I will find you. I'm very persistent. So I take Covey. Well, first I tell the teacher, like, hey, do you mind if I borrow Covey for a second? Covey and I then walk the entire length of the hallway to where I told him to start walking. And then I also escort him to class the next couple of days in the morning while announcing his presence. I was like, honey, you can't run from me. You can't run. This is why we walk in the hallway. It's more of an embarrassment type of thing, but also he was a good sport about it too. So it's not ghosting in the sense of cutting class, but it was ghosting in the sense of I'm ignoring you. See you, but I'm ignoring you. So you just can't run from me. Like, that makes it worse. That makes it way worse. Lastly, I wanted to give a shout out. So there is someone who has been promoting my podcast and my YouTube channel, and I want to give a shout out to her because I just really appreciate it. I love doing these. I find a lot of joy in them. I find it very therapeutic to talk this out. I love laughing. I love teaching. I always light up when I talk about it. And so I want to give a quick shout out to Izzy, who has come up to me on multiple occasions saying, oh, I told 4 of my friends about the podcast, and it just makes my heart so happy. And so thank you so much, Izzy. Keep up the good work. Because we all deserve to laugh. We all deserve to smile, to feel good about ourselves, to feel wanted and valued and worthy, because you already are worthy. You don't have to complete tasks in order to earn a love and respect. And that's what I want everyone, especially middle school, but everyone to know, that you're super great. No cap. Look at me using lingo that my students use. Or what's the other one? It's a bop. I think that's more for songs, but I'm getting off topic. But thank you to every single person who listens, who has forwarded this on to someone else, who has found joy in it, who realizes their worth and understands that you all have goodness in you. You all have so much potential, and I'm just here to help facilitate that. I can't wait to see how each of you grow. Please, please, please keep in touch. Anyone who's been a former student who listens, email me. I think my email is attached into whether you're listening through the podcast or you're watching on YouTube. I think I have my email linked on both of those, but catch me up on what you're doing. I genuinely care about every single person that walks into my room, and I genuinely care about every single person who is not on my roster, but I've had conversations with. You all matter so, so much to not just me, but the world cares about you quite a bit, and there's always somebody in your corner. Now, I want you to have a great day, and I want you to make smart choices. I want you to be kind to one another, and I want you to make it a great day. Not just have one, but make it a great day. The choice is yours. Go have the day you deserve. Hopefully that's a good one. Okay? Bye. Oh, I thought I hit end, but I didn't, so let's try it again. Bye.